We're gonna start by making the dough. This empanada recipe is inspired by Layla. She's an Ecuadorian born creator. She lives in Luxembourg, so I was just like, wow, what a small world for her to have been in Ecuador, lived in Ecuador, and for me to also have lived there, not born there, just lived there, served there, all the things with my family, and now over here in Europe. So I'm happy that I'm able to utilize her recipe and also make it my own. So if you're interested in seeing more of her recipe, definitely go down to the description box below. I'll have it linked, as well as my version of this recipe on my blog, so check it out. So we're starting with the empanada dough, and we are going to mix in our flour, baking powder, as well as some salt. And I'm gonna bump this salt up just a little bit, just to see, just a smidge. I just love how small the world truly is, even though it does feel pretty big. When you learn how close we are, kind of in the proximity of how we move and how we travel and those types of things, you realize that we're a lot closer in a lot of different aspects than we might think. And I think it's important to appreciate that, appreciate each other's cultures. And I feel like I do that pretty well through food. And I'm just excited to kind of fulfill a craving from a snack that I really only had once. They truly made an impact on my life, and I know that sounds very dramatic, but it's so true. These are the treats slash, I don't know if it's a treat or dish. I with the onion addition, you really can, I guess, call it more of a snack. If you omit the onions, which we'll talk about later, I guess you can call it more of a treat, because the sweetness of this pastry really stands on its own. All right, so I'm very excited for our blood orange. Let me get this cut and juiced, and we're gonna add this to our dough. We're gonna make a sweet version of the empanadas as written with the onions, and then we're gonna take out the onions, and then I'm also gonna use some of this dough for some beef empanadas for dinner, because I'm a mom and I still have to cook dinner. We're gonna go ahead and add in our freshly squeezed orange juice. And we've got a bit of sparkling water here. I'm gonna add it about a half a cup at a time. Oh, look at that. It's really gonna activate that baking soda. That's so cool. You're doing this just until the dough feels moist. It holds itself together a little bit. Again, to me, like that pie crust analogy makes sense. You want something that, you know, is gonna stand the test of time when you put a filling inside of it. So that's kind of what I'm basing this off of. All right, so we're gonna add some more of our sparkling water. And kind of gauge if you need a little bit more, add more. If you feel like maybe like half a cup to a cup is enough, then go with that. I feel like for this amount of dough and the amount of orange juice I was able to get out, a cup is perfect. That dough is coming together really nicely. And there are like little shards of orange in there. It's gorgeous. That's probably not traditional at all, but you know what? That is what interpretation is all about. Interpretation while still appreciating, not appropriating. We do not do that over here. There's enough of that in this world. I'm gonna add a little bit of flour, and we're gonna turn this over onto a floured surface in just a second. Speaking of being a mother, my little one is home. He is fast asleep. He still takes naps. Even at almost 4 years old, he's almost 4, guys. Can you believe it? He's just such a ball of energy. He loves German Kita, which if you didn't know, that is where we are. We lived in Ecuador for 2 years or so, and it really only felt like a year and a half, because I was pregnant for a lot of it, and then I was in the US to give birth. I note, as you knead this, make sure you just add a little bit of extra flour. Don't add too much flour, but just to kind of help get the ball rolling. I'm pretty corny, I know. But yeah, I went to the US to give birth to my little one, and then we came back, and he spent his first, was it 2 years? 2 years of his little life in Ecuador, and it was a really wonderful experience. But for me, it was also an interesting experience because I'm gonna grease my bowl just slightly and add my dough to it. But as I was saying, it was a time where I dealt with my postpartum depression and anxiety. So I won't go too deep into that, maybe for another video if you guys want me to. But during that time was when I didn't really explore as much as I used to. This is what the dough looks like, it's gorgeous. I'm gonna put some plastic wrap over this and then we're gonna let it rest for maybe 30 minutes to an hour. I didn't quite get a chance to experience all that I wanted because we were limited on time and I was just going through a lot. So when people ask me, did you get a chance to do this? Or did you get a chance to do that? Or go here? Or try this? I'm like, oh, I wish I did. And honestly, that just means I have to go back. But with that being said, I didn't have enough time to eat the empanadas. So I have to make them myself, which is what we're gonna do. We are back with our dough. This is what it looks like. This dough feels so good. I love a light and airy kind of dough that's also really buttery because then it's going to either cook up or fry. We're gonna fry it, but cook up really nicely, which is excellent. This isn't a tough recipe. It just takes a lot of prep. And so once you get the prep done, then you can begin on like the actual making of the empanadas. I'm gonna roll these out into 2-ounce balls, so that we kind of get a little bit of an evenness with each of them. So we've got 16 little dough balls. I'm going to push these to the side so I have some more room. And while they rest, we're gonna try our best to get these as flat as possible. Plastic wrap, you can use a rolling pin if you can get that flat enough. You could also use a tortilla press. Really, whatever you have is helpful. I'm just gonna take my trusty heavy bound book here and push. We're gonna go in with a final roll just to make sure that it's even thinner. Yeah, that's even better. So I think a 2-pronged approach is cool. All right, that looks good. Look at that. What do they call it? Like the window pane test with bread? You can kind of see through it, but it's not too thin. All right, so I've got my dough here all rolled out. I've got my cheese, my finely diced as I could do it, onions. We're gonna preheat our pan to about medium high heat. And once the pan is heated, add the oil. So what I'm gonna do is fill some of them with onion and cheese and fill some of them with just cheese. And we're gonna sprinkle our little sugar over all of them. And it looks like I can fill these a little bit more. These are really quite large, but I'm not mad at it at all. Just means we get to fill them up a little bit more. We're gonna go ahead and like that. And I'm gonna just use my fingers to pinch. You can use maybe a fork if you'd like, but I feel like this just feels a little bit better and cuter and more closely resembles what I've eaten. All right, while our oil heats up, I'm gonna continue making some more empanadas, and once this is to its proper temperature, we're gonna add them to our oil. Oil is so hot. It looks like water, but it's not water. It's just hot. Oh, empanada. Oh, hard to flip. Oh, oh wow. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Here's our final version of our Ecuadorian empanadas. Some are quite wonky, like this one. It looks like a fish, but I know it's gonna taste really good. When you have a toddler, you just try to hurry up as fast as you can because right now he's starving. And that's why I also make dinner to go with this, but we're just gonna focus on these empanadas, have a little snack before dinner, a little what do they call it? I don't know what to call it. I was about to say something really fancy, but I'm like, mom brain. Let's take these and bring them right to the table because my little one is starving. I'm gonna go ahead and try this half that my little one is eating off of. Okay, I think this one is just cheese, right? That is good.
Let me try this.
It's very nostalgic. I know this is probably not traditional, but got a little jam on the side. I feel like a little lemon's gonna brighten this up too. Wow, okay. Now that I have tried them both side by side, it's the onion one. The one with the little onions in it that I was served at Pensaki. Oh my gosh, this is fantastic. I recommend that you check out this recipe. Check out the original recipe, especially because I feel like that is top tier. I did a bunch of different things with mine and I will make sure to add all of those differences on the blog for today's video, but definitely check out Layla's recipe because it is truly solid and very delicious. And yeah, I'm just excited that I got to take a little trip back to Ecuador. I miss it so much and this was the perfect little revisit. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up with my toddler. Definitely deserves all of my attention and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.